Super Rugby round 10 done and dusted. Holy. Crusaders show they still have it. They still have it. Chiefs don't get out of third gear. FIJIAN Drua win the Battle of the Pacific. Brumbies end the Hurricanes winning streak. My Hurricanes. Highlanders win an absolute snooze fest. And Blues win the match of the round. The match of the round by far. Holy, what a game. What a round of Super Rugby. Never disappoints. Every round seems to be getting better and better. Before we get into it, do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment. I want to hear your feedback. Let me know what you thought of the round. Did you get all your picks right? Who was your standout player? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe. Join the conversation, man. Join the conversation. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. Let's get into it. Crusaders 39, Rebels 0. You're kidding me. Crusaders of old, back to basics, getting over that advantage line. They're showing shape in attack, more options, players in motion, dominating contact, like we know the Crusaders of old. That back row really working well together. Cullen Grace's 50th game. Ethan Blackadder just getting in and doing the dirty work, man. And Leo Willie is almost been like the standout, the marquee player in a way for them. That standout player doing all the flashy stuff. He's got the peroxided hair. He's scoring the tries. But still getting stuck in and doing that dirty work as well. He's been fantastic. He's been really, really good the past few weeks. He's originally always starting off the bench. He's now come on to the starting lineup and has been really good. Strong ball carrier, like I said. Strong defensively. Good line-out option as well. And his work rate is, man, second to none. Unreal work rate. He was good. 2 tries, 11 carries, 5 defenders beaten, 6 tackles and 2 turnovers, man. He got man of the match performance for sure for me. I thought Scott Barrett, massive difference as well. Just his leadership that he brings, the lineout. I think he stole 3 lineouts, really disrupted the Rebels lineout. And overall, like I said, leadership, but his work rate as well off the ball, fantastic, Scott Barrett. I thought Johnny McNichol, unreal again at fullback. Fullback is definitely his position for me. Just that knowing when to run it, knowing when to kick, just that experience from the back. He's obviously good communication-wise as well, and that's so important for a fullback to have on attack, but mainly in defense as well. And he was fantastic, man. 1 try assist, 13 carries, 102 run meters, and 5 defenders beaten. Unreal. Crusaders, man, Crusaders of old, they can still make it. I think they just out of the top 8. They can definitely still make it. There's still lots of rugby to be played, and they'll be peaking now at the right time. Scary thought. Nobody wants to see them in the finals. Shout out to the forwards, the Piggies, Fletcher Newell, Brodie McAllister, and George Bauer, the front row, demolishing the Rebel scrum. Rebel scrum made a substitute of the full front row the first 30 minutes. The 30-minute mark came, changed out the whole front row. Rebel scrum was in reverse, man. I think they had 4 tight heads won. 4 defensive scrums won for the Crusaders. That's hot, man. That's what you want from your Piggies. Well done. For the Rebels, totally stunned, man. Suffocated out of the game. And they could potentially now go on and lose all the rest of their games. They've got a tough run in, man. They've got Blues, Reds, Chiefs, Brumbies, and Drua, FIJIAN Drua. That's tough for the Rebels, man. They're sitting now at 5th, I think. And then that for those next 5 games, they could go 0-5 these next 5 games off a loss now. It'll be a tough run-in for the Rebels. And it doesn't get easier, man. It does not get easier. But good win for the Crusaders. Well done. Moving on. Waratahs versus Chiefs, 22-38. Like I said, I felt like the Chiefs didn't really even get out of third gear. Just cruising along. TAHS, I don't know, FaZe. You don't know what TAHS you're going to get, what team you're going to get. It was kind of they did well the first quarter, chancing their arm, throwing the ball around a bit, very physical. Their forwards are very physical. 2 tries off the back of mauls, which is really good for them. And the forwards really did front up physically, but it's just whether they can do that throughout the whole game, which is hard for them. It is really hard keeping up like that intensity. Can you run at 3,000 or 5,000 revs for the whole game? It's tough, man. I thought Lockie Swinton was really good for the TAHS. 1 try, 10 carries, 1 defender beaten, and 16 tackles. And then for the Chiefs, Summer Penny Fee now. Holy. That tackle on Edme, man, every 10's nightmare. Every 10's nightmare. For the record, I thought it was a fair tackle. It technically wasn't a tackle because Edme got the ball away, if that makes sense, if you want to get real technical about it. But man, to strike a bit of fear into the back line, Summer Penny Fee now lurking around there in the backs. You don't want to be on the end of that tackle. Oh, he was good. He's really been good this season for the Chiefs. He was 1 try assist, 8 carries, 43 run meters, 11 tackles from the big Toko. D-Mac, so good, man. The form 10, the form player in Super this year for sure. That left to right pass for Narrow-Eye's try, beautiful, man. Under a ton of pressure, just catch, boom, pass. So he was out the back, he got that ball, and in the same motion as catching, hit a 20, 30 meter pass into the bread basket of Narrow-Eye for him to score. That's, man, you can't teach. That's some stuff you can't teach, man. You can, a little bit of it you can teach, but that's just balling out. And then nailed the conversion from the touchline as well. Fantastic. Damien McKenzie. He had 1 try assist, 10 carries, 4 defenders beaten, and 8 points. And then Chiefs just really knuckled down in the second half and do what they do, man. Forwards bash you up front, and their backs are just silky as. They can be so ruthless. When players in motion, there's always a support player, great options, and then their execution on everything they do, fantastic. So that was a good win for the Chiefs there, and they march on as well. The Battle of the Pacific, Drua versus MOANA. Drua 24 to MOANA 17. Man, how good. Super fast pace, super physical, hot, sweaty. And something you expect from this fixture. The guys are just going at it. In Lautoka again, packed out stadium. You love to see it, man. I love that they've brought in the 20-minute water breaks because it looks hot. I was sweating just watching the game. But fantastic, man. I thought Drua just really took all the opportunities they could get that were given to them in the first half and then converted into points. Fantastic, man. Youssef Amasi, how good has he been? A proper rugby union handful, man. He's been so good this season, so strong in contact, explosive off the mark. He's goosey, out of this world, man. He'll be here and then he's there 2 seconds later. Very good defensively also. I think that's something he's really worked on throughout the season as it's progressed. And then I'd love to see him make that jump into international level. He's definitely got it. He's shown it at Super. Put him in that Fiji squad in these upcoming autumn series. Get him in there. He's done all he can at Super level. Let's see what he can do at international level. I reckon Youssef Amasi, he's shown his worth, man. Get him in there, Fiji. How good. He was good again for the Drua. 1 try assist, 10 carries, 7 defenders beaten. That's what you want from your centre, man. So good. I thought Nasila Sile played really well as well. Absolute workhorse for the Drua. All that dirty work, donkey work, that's Nasila Sila getting involved there. So much work off the ball. He had 10 carries and 6 tackles. Fantastic. I thought MOANA missed a ton of opportunities early on. Needed to be first to score in the second half, which they did. I will give them credit, though. They do keep coming. It's one thing that you can't really coach in a squad is that tenacity to just get up and keep going. Regardless of the score, just keep getting up for your teammates, for your team. That's something you can't coach, and that's a positive to take out of this. In the sense, in me saying they kept coming, in the second half, MOANA won the second half. Yeah, they scored more points than Drua did in the second half, that's massive. That's a massive positive. In Fiji, so hot, humidity up high. You're playing Fiji and Drua in Fiji. It's a tough ask, and to beat them in the second half, well done. That's massive, massive fight shown. Yes, you didn't win the game, but massive, massive fight shown from Moana, and the positive that they can take out of that game. Moving on, we've got Brumbies versus Canes in Canberra, 2:00 kickoff. I picked the Canes, perfect weather. Canes are just on a roll, but not to be, man. Brumbies end the Canes winning streak, 27-19. Almost good for the Hurricanes in a way, because that pressure's now, that monkey's off their back. They've lost the game. That's fine. They're still on top. The pressure's off them. Now they can just play footy. It's almost dangerous. This is a good thing for the Hurricanes, I feel like. It's a really good thing. That pressure's off. Now we can just play. Now we can just play, baby. Brumbies, man, holy. From getting pumped 40-plus points the week before to now beating the Hurricanes and showing how they can play, dominating contact early on, shocking the Canes, really absorbed the pressure really well, turned defense into attack, and won those small battles each time, whether it's the rucks, tackles, contact, kicking duels. They did really well. I thought Noah Lolesio dominated play very well, very calm in his decision-making, knowing when to play flat at the line, knowing when to hang a bit deeper, knowing when to kick, knowing when to hit the forwards or hit out the back to the backs. He played really well. One of his better or best game this year, I feel like. Directed the players around the park really, really well. He had one try, 8 carries, 4 defenders beaten, and 17 points. Well done to Noah Lolesio there. Really, again, putting his hand up for that Wallabies 10 jumper. They did well to suffocate the Canes, starve them of ball, and just kept coming at them. And as Brumbies, this is why Brumbies are year in, year out at the top of the table. They just, that Brumby style of just suffocating, strong in the forwards and strong, hard running backs. I thought Tamana Tua at 12, man, what a game. 1 try, 18 carries, 118 run meters, 11 defenders beaten, and 4 tackles. Did so well to get that first phase up for them over that advantage line, busting through tackles, and just a hard, strong game for a centre. He done really, really well then. I think was he captain? No. Valentini? No. 18 carries, 61 run meters, 2 defenders beaten, and 4 tackles. Fantastic. From your big marquee players, this is what you want, man. Well done to the Brumbies. For the Canes, kind of just looked like it's just one of those games. We haven't seen it from the Canes yet this year, but like I said, get that monkey off your back. You've lost one now. It's fine. You're still on top. Let's go. It did kind of seem like they were waiting for things to happen, and things just didn't happen. A lot of unforced errors, but rather have this game now than in the finals. I still thought Xavier Numia, he's been an absolute revelation for the Hurricanes and for New Zealand rugby, I feel like, in the front row. He's without a doubt going to be picked for the All Blacks. I think so. The new mold of props, man. Lean, strong, physical, gets around the park. He's not just doing the fundamentals of a prop, which is your scrummaging, but he's hitting those rucks. He's making the tackles, scoring tries, 2 tries. Unreal, man. And it's almost like a part-time hooker / flanker. He's adding that extra role onto his into his like toolbox of plays for him. He's fantastic, man. So fit, gets around the park really well. Like I said, 2 tries, 4 carries, 2 defenders beaten, and 7 tackles. For a prop, let's go, man. How good. And then, the absolute snooze fest in the Highlanders versus 4, 7-6. Highlanders win. Like, well done to the Highlanders to win that. Had so much potential the first 2 minutes of the game. It was non-stop, back and forth, back and forth. I was like, this is going to be a great game. And then it just went to shit. 3-0 at halftime. Yuck. So many passes just not sticking. Those last little plays not coming off. Falau Fakatava, man of the match for me. Regardless of the game, who he's playing versus what's happening, he just goes hard, man. And that's what you want from your big name players. Fantastic. It'll be hard to keep him out, the All Blacks team, but they've got such depth at 9. I don't know who they're going to be picking there. He had 1 try, 60 passes, 10 tackles. For a 9, he did well there. And there's not much to say on that game, man. An absolute snooze fest. Boring. And then you jump over to the last, which is the next game, the Reds versus Blues. Unreal, man. Blues win it in the 82nd minute. 34-41. It was 34 all. Last play, Blues go and score. Almost length of the field stuff. Fantastic. Total opposite to the Highlanders versus Force game. Excitement. 2 teams going at it. Hammer and tongs. 2 good teams. 2 teams at the top of the table going for it, man. The lead changed a ton of times. Fantastic. Kickoff receipts for both teams, an issue. You'd score points, then mess up that kickoff receipt, and the other team would score points straight away. Kind of cancels out that points you just scored. How about Tim Ryan for the Reds? The junkyard dog on his debut. I loved his first touch, chip and chase. How good's that? That confidence for a new player to do that? He's obviously just been put in there and the coach has told him, mate, go for it. Get the ball, whatever you see, play it. Loved it, man. He was immense. 3 tries, 12 carries, 162 run meters, 6 defenders beaten, and 20 chicks' phone numbers that night. Let's go, baby. With a debut like that, you're getting the ladies. You're getting the honeys. Let's go. The junkyard dog. How good, man. How good. I thought Hunter Paisami, fantastic, man. I said it last week. We know what he brings with his physicality in the game, defensively and on attack. But just how he's worked on his soft skills, his passing and his kicking game. That little chip and chase to set up. Chip, chase, collect, set up Tim Ryan, go pretty much the length of the field. Him adding on to what his game, so his game is based around strong, solid 12 that hits the ball hard up, can make a good tackle. Now he's brought in those soft skills, kind of like Moanana back in the day, how that same style, X factor with ball in hand, strong defensively, and then it's added to his game with the long passes, the little chip kicks, the cross kicks. Fantastic from Paisami. For the Blues, man, forward so dominant, so strong in contact, clinical in contact. Either they making meters or they're hitting the deck and that ball is there for the next person to pick up and go. Really, really good. Hoskins Satutu, so good again, man. He made a few errors off kickoff receipts, but what he brings in attack, defensively, his work around the field, so good, man. He had 1 try, 11 carries, 126 run meters, 4 defenders beaten for an 8. Fantastic, man. Really, really pushing hard for that All Blacks call up again. I thought Tarval was great, huge in the scrums and around the park. Again, that front row, that different mold, leaner, more strong, more fitter, getting around the park, doing what you need to do right first, scrumming well, and then getting around the park. 1 try, 5 carries. How good for a prop. Let's go. I thought Caleb Clark made a huge difference when he came on. 1 try, assist, 6 carries, 4 defenders beaten in like 20 or 30 minutes. Really good. Blues march on, man. A strong win for them away from home as well. And it just sets them up going forward. What a round. Round 10, done and dusted. Let me know what you thought in the comments here. Hit that like, subscribe. Get involved, man. Did I miss something? These previews or reviews, are just quick recaps. I don't want to drag it on for too long. Keep it under kind of 20 minutes. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And I'll see you next time. Bye.